All right. So you send in this Motley Fool article. It's about Wayfair.
Mm-hmm.
And their new loyalty program,
Okay.
they predict that it'll boost their market share by like 50%.
Wow.
So that's a big claim.
It is.
And it kind of has us thinking, like, can Wayfair really pull off an Amazon Prime success story?
Yeah, it's a bold move for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider their recent performance.
Yeah.
Like that 2% revenue dip in Q3 and the $74 million loss.
Ouch.
Yeah, it definitely signals that they need some kind of big win, you know?
Right. So they're kind of looking at Amazon Prime for inspiration.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it makes sense.
Sure.
Like free shipping, all the streaming stuff.
Right.
It's become essential for some shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
But can Wayfair capture that same magic?
That's the question. I mean, Prime's been around for years.
Yeah.
It's like built into how people shop now, you know?
Totally.
Like the thing about Prime is it changed the game by bundling all these benefits that lower your costs, but also make you shop more. So it's not just about like perceived value.
Yeah.
It's about locking in those recurring purchases.
Okay.
So now Wayfair is betting that they can get people to order furniture more often?
Right.
Like, is that even realistic?
Well, their program is called Wayfair Rewards.
Okay.
And it launched on October 22nd.
Right.
And it's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
$29 a year.
Got it.
Free shipping and member discounts.
Makes sense.
But they're banking on customers going from roughly 2 purchases per year on Wayfair to grabbing at least one more of those 4 to 6 purchases that they make elsewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a big jump.
That is a big jump.
Yeah.
And this is where understanding like gross margin is key.
Okay.
Wayfair's sits around 30%, meaning for every $100 sale, they keep about $30 after costs.
Got it.
But their operating margin is often negative.
What does that mean?
Meaning they're losing money on overall operations.
Oh.
So free shipping and discounts cut into that already slim profit. So this has to drive serious volume to work.
Okay, so that's where the article points to their advertising spend potentially being slashed.
Interesting.
They're shelling out 40% of their gross profit on ads right now.
Wow, that's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So if they can turn loyal customers into repeat buyers without needing those ads, suddenly the math looks a lot different.
Totally. It's like trading a short-term cost, like advertising,
Yeah.
for a long-term gain of customer loyalty.
I like that.
But it hinges on those customers sticking around and spending more than they save on the discounts and the shipping.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just giving away profits.
Right. So it's a tightrope walk for sure.
For sure.
But you mentioned earlier that understanding gross margins is key.
Oh, yeah.
Can you break that down for us a little bit more?
Of course.
Yeah.
So gross margin is basically the difference between what it costs Wayfair to get those products and how much they sell them for.
Got it.
So the higher the margin, the more room they have to cover things like shipping, salaries, and, advertising. It's a really fundamental metric in e-commerce, especially when you're talking about free shipping and discounts.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this strategy compare to the giant in the room, Amazon?
Yeah.
Can Wayfair actually pull customers away from their grip?
It's a real David and Goliath scenario.
Yeah.
Amazon's vast selection and logistics network are a huge advantage.
True.
But Wayfair does have that niche focus on home goods.
Right.
And this loyalty program could really solidify that position for them.
Yeah.
It's like being the expert bookstore instead of the giant superstore. You go to one for convenience and the other for like curation and expertise.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So instead of battling Amazon head on, they're trying to create a more specialized, personalized experience.
That's right.
Hoping that resonates with customers who want that curated feel.
Exactly.
Okay.
And don't forget the power of data.
Well, right.
Wayfair is using customer data to personalize recommendations.
Yeah.
So it makes the shopping experience feel more tailored.
Right.
If they can nail that, it's a big differentiator.
Yeah. So they're aiming to become the go-to for home goods, not by being everything to everyone, but by being the place for people who care about their home.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a clever approach.
It is.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to execution. Can they actually deliver that personalized experience and drive those repeat purchases? We'll have to see.
Well, that's what makes this so intriguing.
Right.
This isn't just about a loyalty program.
Right.
It's about whether a company can create a loyal community in a market dominated by convenience.
Yeah.
And I think you, dear listener, have a perspective on this too.
For sure.
Do you shop based on loyalty programs? Does free shipping really sway you?
Right.
Keep those thoughts in mind as we dig deeper.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about, like, Wayfair's goals.
Right.
And how they're trying to, like, stand out.
Uh-huh.
But what happens if they actually succeed?
All right.
Like, could this shake things up for other competitors?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
If this works, it could really force other home goods retailers to rethink their whole strategies.
Okay.
Imagine a world where everyone's scrambling to offer, like, competitive loyalty programs or unique perks.
It's like they're throwing down the gauntlet.
Totally.
Like, match this or get left behind.
Yeah, suddenly free shipping might not be enough.
Right.
You need, like, exclusive discounts, like personalized design services. Right. Who knows?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the ripple effect comes in. Wayfair's move could trigger, like, a wave of innovation across the whole industry.
Interesting.
And customers would benefit from more choices and better value.
Right.
It's like how streaming services pushed cable companies to up their game.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Competition can breed creativity. Yeah. Which is good for everyone.
Okay, so we've got this potential industry shakeup.
Right.
But let's get back to, like, Wayfair's financials.
Sure.
The article mentioned some key metrics to watch, right?
Absolutely.
Like, what are those?
So orders per customer is a big one.
Okay.
If that number starts climbing, it means people are buying more frequently from Wayfair.
Right.
Which is exactly what they want.
So instead of just checking, like, how many people bought something, we're looking at how much each person is buying overall.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the advertising spend that we talked about?
Oh, yeah.
How can we track if they're actually, like, reducing the reliance on ads?
So look for a decrease in their advertising spending as a percentage of revenue.
Okay.
If they're maintaining sales growth but spending less on ads, it's a strong signal that the loyalty program is working.
Got it.
Because it means they're attracting repeat customers organically, not just through, like, flashy marketing campaigns.
Right. So those are our two key metrics.
Yeah.
Orders per customer to gauge loyalty. And advertising spend to see if they're relying less on ads.
Exactly.
What's fascinating here is this entire strategy hinges on a fundamental shift in customer behavior.
Right.
They're not just trying to get you to buy a sofa. They're trying to become your go-to for all things home.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
They're aiming for, like, a long-term relationship, not just a one-time transaction. It's like dating versus marriage.
Okay.
You know, they want that commitment.
So we've looked at Wayfair's perspective, their goals, the potential ripple effects. But let's shift gears for a second.
Okay.
You, dear listener, are a crucial part of this equation.
Absolutely.
What do you think about loyalty programs?
Yeah. Do they actually influence your shopping?
Do they really, like, make a difference in where you spend your money?
This is where things get really interesting. Because ultimately, the success of this whole strategy depends on how consumers respond. Do they see enough value in Wayfair rewards to justify that $29 fee?
Yeah.
Will it actually change their buying habits?
It's all about, like, perceived value, right? That sweet spot where the customer feels like they're getting more than they're paying for.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance.
Yeah.
It is, and that's why it'll be so fascinating to see how this plays out.
Right.
Will they achieve that ambitious 50% market share boost?
Yeah.
Or will this gamble backfire?
Only time will tell.
Right.
But we've given you the key metrics to watch.
Yeah.
The insights to understand the strategy.
Yeah.
And hopefully some food for thought. So
Now it's up to you, dear listener, to keep an eye on those quarterly reports and see what unfolds.
It's a real-world business drama playing out right before our eyes.
It is.
And that's what makes this so exciting.
Totally.
We've gone from, like, analyzing an article to dissecting a potential industry shift.
Yeah.
All because of this one company's bold move.
It's amazing.
But this deep dive isn't over yet.
Oh.
We've still got some ground to cover.
Okay.
So stick with us as we explore the wider implications of Wayfair's gamble.
Oh, that's good.
So we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we have.
Like Wayfair's financials, the potential impact on the entire home goods market. But before we wrap up, I think there's a bigger lesson here that kind of goes beyond just selling furniture.
I agree. This situation really highlights how companies need to adapt. Like, in today's world.
It's like, it's not enough to just offer good products.
No.
You got to create a whole experience.
Exactly.
Build a relationship with your customer.
Yeah.
It's like they're shifting from transactional to relational.
Okay.
Instead of just buy this thing.
Right.
It's more like become a part of this community, this lifestyle.
And that's where loyalty programs can be so powerful.
Totally.
If they're done right.
Right. They're a way to reward your most loyal customers, make them feel valued, and encourage them to keep coming back for more.
But it's a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, customers are savvy.
Definitely.
They can spot a disingenuous program a mile away.
For sure.
Yeah. No one wants to feel like they're being tricked into spending more money.
No way.
It has to be genuine. It has to offer real value.
Yeah. And that's what makes Wayfair's gamble so interesting.
Yeah.
They're betting that people do want that deeper relationship, that sense of belonging.
And it's a bet that could have huge implications for, like, the future of retail.
Absolutely. Like, if Wayfair succeeds, this could signal a huge shift in consumer expectations.
Right.
Like, suddenly a simple loyalty program might not cut it anymore.
Wow.
You need to offer something truly unique. Something that really speaks to your customers' values and aspirations.
Okay, so this deep dive started with Wayfair, but it's really about a much bigger question.
Right.
What will it take to win customer loyalty in the years to come?
Exactly.
Will it be convenience, exclusivity, personalization, community, or some combination of all of these?
That's the question every business leader should be asking themselves.
Yeah.
The answers might surprise us. But one thing's for sure, the game is changing.
For sure.
Companies that don't adapt, they risk being left behind.
Right. All right. We've thrown a lot of information at you.
Yeah, we have.
But before we let you go,
yeah,
we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
Think back to those key metrics we discussed. Orders per customer, advertising spend.
Right.
As you go about your day, pay attention to how you shop.
Yes.
Do you, gravitate towards brands that offer loyalty programs?
Do you value free shipping above all else?
Interesting.
By observing your own behavior,
you'll
gain a much deeper understanding of the forces at play in the retail world.
I love that.
Yeah. And who knows, you might even find yourself making different choices.
Right.
Becoming more conscious of what you value and where you spend your hard-earned money.
That's what we love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
They're not just about learning new facts. They're about sparking that curiosity.
Right.
Encouraging critical thinking and empowering you to make better decisions.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder those big questions.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, stay curious.